In this new NBC comedy, Justin Kirk stars as George Coleman, a veterinarian who loves animals, but not their owners.
I'm gonna operate. If you have a problem with that the next time, don't leave your crap lying around.
He is soon horrified to discover that his ex-girlfriend Dorothy is taking over his clinic.
I know that I can improve things here.
George must decide how to do what he loves while surviving his ex-love in animal practice.
Thanks for joining us. I'm Aaron.
And I'm Greg.
And I'm Liz. We're here to talk about Animal Practice, the new comedy on NBC. We've all just seen it.
Yes, we have.
Aaron, what did you think?
I'm going to talk about the specifics first. It's a 30-minute, half-hour comedy, and there are two showrunners, Joe and Anthony Russo. They directed the pilot of Arrested Development, and they are going to direct the new Captain America movie.
It's really quite a strange premise. I mean, I am working at an animal hospital, and the woman I used to love now manages the animal hospital because her grandmother died.
And she says, yeah, my grandma who owned the hospital died, and now I'm taking it over even though I know nothing about animal hospitals. And it's a sorry excuse for the two of them to be together.
Ugh.
Well, you know, it kind of makes me wish that it wasn't a premise pilot that we watched, that instead of setting up this arrangement between these two people, we would actually see them in the middle of this arrangement.
Right, that would happen before the show even started, would have been a lot stronger decision.
So maybe now that that's out of the way, future episodes, they won't have the problem of establishing the premise, we'll just get to see the conflict of personality?
I hope so. I mean, we see a little bit of that, and then the other plot lines are very episodic and small, like...
I'm trying to find girls, let's go to the park and see some dogs.
Or, you know,
There's a guy who wants to put his daughter's dog down.
Right.
Because the dog ate something and is in pain now. Yeah, and the dog annoys him. You know, there's small plot lines that aren't really important and that we don't really care about yet.
I love the animal humor in the show. He has a little tiny monkey-like
Dr.
animal.
Zayas.
His name is Dr. Zayas, of course, from Planet of the Apes.
Oh, right.
And he rides around in a little tiny ambulance. And I'm telling you, that's just funny.
It was
That's
funny.
comedy.
It was funny.
I think animal humor is the lowest of the low. It's the
Defend
lowest.
that.
It's the very lowest
Defend
of the low.
that. Why is animal humor intrinsically bad?
I just think it's boring. I think it's predictable.
If you're tired of animal humor, then don't see Animal Practice.
No, I think this is not the show for me.
One thing that bothers me, though, is when you do jokes about animals at your animal hospital, if the jokes are factually incorrect, it pulls me out of it. And so they say one of the lines is that primates don't have opposable thumbs. But one, people are primates, and then two, a lot of primates have opposable thumbs. I mean, maybe that's a silly complaint for a show about a very serious animal hospital comedy show. I don't understand, but it bothered me. I had to
If
say
you're gonna
it.
make animal jokes, make them correct.
Yeah, and if the show's about animals, I mean, be consistent with your treatment of animals and treatment of animal knowledge.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
You were interrupting. We're just inspecting the fractured femur of a St. Bernard that came in yesterday.
Oh. Well, I'm glad to hear things are running so smoothly.
Let's talk about the actors. Justin Kirk is George Coleman, the doctor.
I think he's funny, very sarcastic.
We have Joanna Garcia playing Dorothy Crane. And Joanna Garcia, I don't know why she made these choices with the performance, because she talks like a teenager, and she's clearly put there for a sexual tension.
Well, she's a woman on a sitcom. That's why they cast him. I'm not defending it.
But every scene that she's in, you could see Justin Kirk turn on this like intense eye contact, get a little too close. You know they're pushing for that. And then her character is not that interesting. And I know I already said this, she talks like a teenager.
Actually, she wasn't the original person who played Dorothy in this show. The first version of the pilot, which we did actually get to watch, had a different actress, and she was replaced for creative reasons. So now we have Joanna Garcia. And it's not fair to compare the two, but if you're watching her as a standalone performance, it's like, it's obvious that they're trying really hard to get them to have romantic tension, and maybe it is a little more obvious for us because we saw it once before, and now that they reshot it, they're really pushing for it because that's what the show's gonna be about.
So I just watched this film called The TV Set, directed by Jake Kasdan, and in it, Sigourney Weaver plays the TV executive, and she basically refers to a policy in which attractive women garner male audiences. And I think it's very transparent that that's what they did here in recasting Joanna Garcia. She's very attractive, she's very youthful, she doesn't blink, and I think there's something about that that's supposed to garner the attention of young men.
I think it's actually pretty funny, and if it focused more on the comedy and the animal hijinks,
Oh, stop it.
I think it would work better. But whenever it tries to like ground us in this emotional
relationship that we don't care.
No one really cares because
yeah.
the rest of the episode is like animal hijinks.
Well, all the human conflicts are incredibly boring. And then it's peppered with these gimmicks. And if you don't like animal humor, then all you have are the gimmicks. The show's tone is inconsistent, and it doesn't really have a heart. So I say, skip it.
If you like animals, watch it on the internet. I know I'm not going to watch it every week, so I'm going to give it a stream it.
Justin, Kirk, and the animal cast are hysterical, but the relationship stuff could use a little work. So for now, I'm going to have to say stream it.
So it looks like our votes add up to 1 full ticket, which is a stream it for animal practice.
Cheers.
To the animals.
I don't want to wait
For our lives.
to be over.
Want to know right now. What will it be? Oh, we're going to put a suit on a monkey, and it's hilarious because it's a monkey in a suit. I think that's
It's
ridiculous.
comic discrepancy.